What's up everyone? Ollie here from El-Gorr.com, coming at you live from the iconic internet marketing couch today. And I've got a special guest, Soorej, the legend, the greatest Kindle publisher of all time. Gopi, welcome Soorej, thank you for being here.
Thank you man, thanks for having me.
You're like, why on earth are we doing this on the couch? And the answer is, we couldn't think of a better place to film the video. And believe me, we tried.
We tried.
So, I've got Soorej here today, and I'm just going to basically spotlight his business, because his business is magical and it's amazing. And the most important thing that I want you guys to take away from this video is the value of customer relationships and the value of building a customer list, because this is something that isn't talked about enough, especially in self-publishing. But if you're not a publisher and you're watching this video, if you're in e-commerce or if you're in info products, your existing customers are going to be way more valuable to you than trying to get new customers and trying to get a constant new flow of customers. And we're going to talk about that in the video. We're going to talk about some other stuff as well. But Soorej, for those of you who don't know who Soorej is, he's a legend. Soorej, can you just tell us about your business and how it works and everything you've done?
Okay, so at the base it's Kindle publishing.
Yeah.
It's Kindle publishing where I built an email list of the books. So it's the front end, it's again products. So I haven't got back end products yet. I'm working on the back end. So in the front, it's the books, which where I get all the traffic from. And then in the books, I have a lot of lead magnets that are good, actually good. Like people want the lead magnets. So people sign up for the lead magnets. And from there, I take them to the email list where all the magic happens. So where I introduce them to the brand, I tell them what's in for them and all the benefits they have for just signing up. So they get like all the content, a lot of content for free and all this stuff. I introduce them to a whole new world. And once they're in a world, now I recently started like blogs, weekly blogs and weekly content, weekly newsletters. So I should probably send more, but as of now it's like weekly. So I send them weekly content and like I build a relationship with them. That's the important part. Like people in my list, like they feel they know me personally. They send me mails. They like the brand. They like the whole person who's running the thing. And from there, yeah, every time I release a book, I send out a mail and I get a lot of people who buy them again. I buy the next book, the next book, the next book. So
It's incredible.
that's incredible, yeah.
And we won't divulge exactly what Soorej's niche or what his books are, but I can tell you that it's a very, very competitive niche. And for example, you couldn't survive in that niche purely based off putting books out and praying for organic traffic.
Yeah. So yeah, the niche isn't, I would say it isn't constructed well. For example, it's yoga. You have a lot of like subtopics and the ways divided. Here it's all in the main keyword. Like if for example it's yoga, it has like 1,000 topics under just yoga. So there's no way you can get organically ranked for the yoga keyword, and so you need AMS. AMS is my traffic, so it's mainly paid traffic. I would say no organic traffic at all, because and at this point I've just stopped caring about keywords and stuff. It's just trying to get a good title that people can relate to. It hits the emotional points that people are going through, the struggling to, and what they can relate to, and that's how people buy the purchase, makes the purchase. Now I come up with a good emotional or a good subtopic and then place it in front of the right people.
And so you said that you can't really do the organic game. So let's say you didn't have a customer list and you didn't have the email list. What would your business look like?
The cost would be much higher and the sales wouldn't be as much, because I get a lot of repeat customers, and that's because again of the email list and the branding. Like people like one book, they like going to the next book, and it's all, if you look at all the books, you can know it's all from the same person. So then they get into the world as well, and I have a few sequences going on. It's like they buy this book, and once they're going through that, I can suggest, and the next book they can go to the next book and like suggest them books to go on, and that's how I get a lot of repeat customers in that.
I see. So a big problem that I see in publishing especially is that people go into a niche and they say, okay, I'm going to release this book and that's going to solve this problem. And then they just end it. and that's it. But you know this more than anyone because you've done it and you're doing it right now. Your customers have more than one problem, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And that's where the complementary books come in. And you go from book A, it's like, okay, if you bought book A, then you probably have problems B, C, D, and E.
Right.
And look what I've done. I've provided a solution for them. And you only have to get those customers once. Like say you're doing AMS, right? You only have to pay for that initial book purchase. Then they opt into the list. Now it doesn't cost you anything to market to them.
Yep.
Because you could just send an email and that costs you nothing.
Yeah, right.
You know, you pay for your autoresponder. Was it $49 a month or something?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah.
Especially when like how many people do you have on your list now?
It's 3,000 people now.
3,000 people. You know, 3,000 divided by 49. That's not a lot of money. But if you were trying to do the treadmill of keep acquiring new customers, every time you've got to pay for that traffic.
Yep.
Whereas you can market to your existing list for pennies.
It's pennies, yeah. And the best thing is when you do that, Amazon loves it too. Because you're sending such a huge, like 3,000. The day the book releases, I do a pre-sequence, I warm up the thing. And the day of the release, I send such a huge inflow of people there that the Amazon just loves it. And they start sending out that in their newsletters and stuff like that. And they start, like people also bought that section and stuff like that. It starts ranking everywhere. So it starts getting, a little of organic reviews like that. And yes, that's a good thing. So that reduces our cost too. Like again, like you told, I don't have to acquire a customer twice.
Exactly. You only have to do it once. And then what you said about the influx of traffic, this is something that a lot of people aren't aware of. You're sending 3,000 people to that book. Even if you have a terrible book that not many people in that list are interested in, you're going to get 15 people or 30 people purchasing it.
Yep.
And that's not going to happen if you don't have an existing audience. Yeah. And like I've seen your books, I know they're good. So realistically, you can get like 50, 60, 70 sales on day one.
Yeah, I can get like always when the day a book releases, I can always see a spike. So if there's a new book, can easily get to like 5,000, 6,000 BSR rank on the paperbacks easily, like.
On the paperbacks.
Yeah, on the paperback. Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's one email.
That's one email that costs maybe like 0.0003 cents to send. But it takes some work to get to that stage.
Yeah.
So we'll start from the very beginning with your lead magnets. What, in your opinion, makes like a bad lead magnet and what makes a good one?
A bad lead magnet would be one you find on the internet or just there's something you try to come up randomly, like, you know. So I feel the lead magnet should be better than the book itself. I don't know if I'm wrong on that, but at least the title of the book, it should be something at a pain point, you know, something where the people will struggle a lot with. That can be a good lead magnet. For example, if it's like in the diet niche, what do people have trouble with? If you are releasing a diet book, just think like what's the big problem they face. Might be like tracking.
Yeah.
Keeping on track. That could be a pain point, emotional point where people know they're not able to do that. So maybe you can provide a sheet or a tracker or something like that.
That's a perfect lead magnet.
Yeah, it's a perfect lead magnet.
Because it wouldn't work as a standalone product, but as something that's complementary to what you're already offering, it's absolutely perfect. They can go in, they can print it off, and now they're on your list.
Yep.
Another example, if you are in the diet niche, I'm going to give you something away for free because I'm so kind. Just have a guide to eating out on whatever the diet is. Because you've got a book, you've probably got some recipes inside there. People eat out as well. So, you know, say if you got a book about the, what's a popular diet these days? The paleo diet.
No, it's keto diet. That's popular.
Keto. How many of you have keto book? Hit the like button if you've got a keto book. I've never done that before. This is fun. Hit the like button if you've got a keto book, because I know I've got one. If you're in the keto diet while eating out, that would be a perfect complementary.
That's a perfect, because keto diet is hard with all the fat things. Like that would be an amazing lead magnet for people like eating out. Obviously, like they don't know what. Yeah. So if you can provide that, it's amazing. Yeah.
What not to do with your lead magnet? Don't just give them more of what's in the book already, because a lot of time people are going to think, well, why isn't it just in the book?
Yeah. And they might get angry too, like you're asking email for something that you could have put in the book. Like, you might get one or two customers or like that.
And the other thing is, don't just ask for their email address without giving them something in return. I've seen a couple of books, and it just says, "Sign up for my newsletter." You don't get anything.
That's weird. That's weird. I've done that in one of my initial books. And I just put a link and I got 4 people signing up.
Oh yes, 4 people.
Like,
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Probably could do better though.
Yeah.
And so when people get onto your list, you have an autoresponder sequence set up, right?
Yeah.
So how many emails do you have in that sequence?
So currently it's 5, and I know I should get it bigger, but it's 5 at the moment. Yeah.
5 at the moment, and then so what kind of stuff are you sending in those emails?
So it's mostly where they get to know me and the benefits of just being in the list, just the benefits. And the first things are like, obviously, like I don't tell them about me in the beginning, so I tell them what they are in for. Like just signing up the email, I make them feel it's a life-changing decision they just took. Like, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you have this, you have that, and you're going to get weekly like blogs and all those things. And they feel so excited that people, oh, thank you. They reply like, yeah, thank you for doing this, you're amazing. So that's the first few emails. Then again I just split up those, and then by the end I introduce my brand, like what we stand for, what I stand for. It's mostly a personal thing now. So what I stand for, and that's again a story that they can relate to. It's a story that, no, okay, I've been through that too. Oh, that's nice. They can relate to me.
Yeah.
So they look at me more for like a friend rather than a guy who sells books online.
And that's what it all comes back to, which is what I've always been talking about with email marketing. It's not a company trying to sell you things. You're not some guy trying to sell books to these people. You're actually someone they trust.
Yeah.
So when they get an email from you, they're like, oh, cool, an email from Soorej, amazing. Like,
yeah, that's right.
he's got interesting things to say that are relevant to what I need to have, as opposed to buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. If you're doing this and you're thinking about setting up an email list, sign up for all your competitors' email lists. You will learn so much, mainly about what not to do. Because I did this in my niche. I signed up for all my competitors' email lists. And the thing that amazed me was that, number one, no one was sending any emails.
No one was sending emails. Yeah. I remember seeing the video of yours. Yeah, you made a video.
Like where were the emails at? And then one guy sent me an email which was literally, hey, here are all my books. Okay, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Like you clearly don't care. Because the thing with email is people are on a lot of lists. And most emails that people send are just really, really boring. And just pure sales. Buy my book, sale, discount.
Yeah.
Like it's all just more and more of the same thing. People get super desensitized to it.
Yep.
But the way you do it, with the personality, and a big part of this, and a big part of why you have been so successful, is actually caring.
Yeah, caring about them, yeah. I mean, they are real people at the other side of the world. I mean, when I see emails, it's like you're selling to a computer or something. You're just pumping this discount, buy this, and monthly you just send a book promotion or whatever. That's weird. I mean, that's a real person. Why not?
Yeah.
If you're doing it, why not do it well? Like.
And like this doesn't just apply to publishers. Big high-level guys still make these mistakes.
Yeah.
Cardone, if you're watching this, your emails are awful. Every single one is just discounts for the 10x growth con. I think he sent me 6 in a day a few days ago. And it's all the same. Discounts, merchandise.
And it's weird, you can't unsubscribe to him. I mean, I've tried unsubscribing, it keeps coming. It's like you put in an email, he puts in like 1,000 lists. Like, you can't unsubscribe from the guy. Like, I see a lot of emails in the spam box, and like, okay, yesterday I got a mail, it's in my inbox. Like, dude, I unsubscribed from you like thrice and I reported spam. Again, you're on my email list.
Cardo, please listen to us. We have your best interest at heart. But going back to the point before I called out everyone, it is a real person on the other side of that computer.
Yeah.
Like, they have real problems. They have real feelings. And you mentioned, like, all your books are targeted at emotional pain points. This is real.
That's real.
Like, these people are reading these emails and they're going, hang on a second, this guy gets me.
I have that problem.
Like, oh my god, like finally, because a lot of this, especially with the internet, and a lot of things are very depersonalized now. People feel like they're alone. Like, people feel like they're alone in their problems, and that they're thinking to themselves, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I do this? Like, I see everyone out there succeeding, like, why can't I do this? And then you send them an email saying, hey, I had this problem, or like, I see that people in this niche have this problem, and to that person on the other side reading the email, they go, wow, finally, like, my savior's here.
Yeah.
And some of these people, I would imagine, on your list have bought every single book you've released.
Every single book, and I have a tagging system. I know people have like bought every single book, and I know people who bought every single book and left reviews on every single book just because they liked one book in that.
Yeah, and that's the magic of knowing that people have more than one problem, because you can be 10 steps ahead. You can see, okay, this person's got a problem with this, then they're going to have a problem with this, then this, then this, and this, and this goes on forever.
It goes on forever, yeah.
Because people don't run out of problems. they just have different problems now.
Yeah.
Because like, how many books do you have in the works now, like in your mind, that you could
I have a lot of books. The thing is, I'm not able to catch up with those ideas. That's the thing. Once you're into a niche, like fully, you understand like what they're having trouble with. Like people do reply to you, like I'm having trouble with it. Could you bring out a book on that? So you know, like people are having like, for again in the diet niche, you know people have trouble sticking to their diets. You know people have trouble going to the gym. You know people have problems like confidence problems when they are in the gym. Like all those problems, those are like topics you can target.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I think it's so funny when people say like, I've run out of ideas. And it's like, no, you haven't run out of ideas, you just haven't looked hard enough.
You looked hard.
Because these people have unlimited problems. Like the niche I was in, I want to say I had 15 or 16 books. Realistically, that could have been 30. Like that could have probably been even more. Because it doesn't end. So how many books do you have right now in this niche?
I have like 6 and a bundle.
6 and a bundle. So I mean, it's not going to stop at 7, is it?
Yeah.
It's not going to stop at 10.
I have like 30 book ideas on the list.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as the list grows, you're going to get more people with niche interests. You're going to be able to put books out for them. It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
And the funny thing is, when someone's bought from you once, the resistance to buying from you again, I mean, it's not even close.
I mean, I feel you win over a competition when you have someone on your list, because they know you well, they've read your books, they know your tone, so they would prefer your book over another book that has like 100 reviews. So that's because they know you. Now again, if it's a YouTube channel, like you would prefer watching people like who you know on YouTube rather than a new guy.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Absolutely. Like, it's the trust factor. They have already put their trust in you.
Yeah.
Why would they even devote the mental energy to seeking out other options?
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard. Like once you get over that hump.
Yeah.
And you can market to these people, and you can sell to these people, and there's nothing wrong with selling, by the way. I mean, I know a lot of people like.
Yeah, you should actually make a video on that. It took me some convincing to like realize selling is not bad, but you should definitely do a video on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will. More than one video a month coming soon. But like, these people have problems. They need solutions to them, and that solution has to be usually a paid solution. Because if someone's paid for something, they're way more likely to use it. Because you could just send them links to YouTube, or you could send them like free blog posts forever. But the chances are they're going to get way more results if they actually hand over the money and they type in the credit card info, because now they're invested in something.
They have the accountability factor too.
They have the accountability. They've taken that risk by spending money on something. But going back to the central point of, once they've done it once with you, they're going to keep doing it again and again and again. And the other part is like, some people call it the rule of 3. Like, if they bought something from you 3 times, they'll buy everything you put out for life.
Oh, I didn't know that rule.
This is a dry cleaning rule.
Okay.
Like, if you go to a dry cleaner 3 times and they don't mess it up, you just keep going to that dry cleaner over and over again. And like, I mean, it works in pretty much everything. Like, they're not going to go to your competitor if they bought from you 3 times, unless there's a major problem.
Major problem, yeah.
But funny thing about major problems is, with email specifically, email is a very forgiving medium. Like if you send out an email, say if you make a mistake, you send out an email to the wrong segment of your list, and it doesn't relate to them at all.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do the next day? You just send out an email saying sorry.
That's weird. I just made the mistake like last week. I put something in the subject and I was changing around things and I decided to change the whole content of the email. But the subject line remained like that, and the subject has something, this had something, and I just sent a mail the next day. Like, people know I was wondering about that. Where that's
And people give you feedback as well.
Yeah.
Like, because like for my main list, like I email every day, and like I've had people message me like, because there's been a couple of days like last year I didn't do it. People message me like, "Oi, is everything alright?"
That's my mail.
Where's my email? Like, sorry guys, I was off gallivanting around the world somewhere. But like, people pay attention and people listen, and like you get lots of feedback, right?
Yeah, I get a lot of feedback. Every even those blogs I send, a lot of replies are just like, "Thank you, that was nice." Just that, "Thank you, that was nice." I mean, that's amazing feedback.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, someone took the time to actually reply, and that feels nice.
It does. And there's extra benefits as well. Like, how many reviews does your best book have right now?
It has 112 or 11, 110, yeah.
It's like 110-ish reviews.
Yeah.
And every single one of those was from a customer.
Yeah, every one is
like none of this review swap stuff.
Yeah, like literally zero. Literally zero.
112 organic reviews.
Yeah.
And like, that's impossible. It's not hard, it's impossible without a relationship.
Yeah.
And because people want to pay you back. Like, it's the whole law of reciprocity. If you've ever read Influence, if you haven't read Influence, by the way, have you read Influence?
No.
I'm going to send it to you after this,
Okay.
after this little powwow we're having. Influence by Cialdini. It's like the one of like the OG books about marketing and selling. And reciprocity, doing something because someone's done something for you. You provided them all this value in the book, and you know you've changed their lives in a way. They feel like the least they can do is leave a review. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone.
Yeah.
And like the review rate on Amazon is generally quite low because people are super busy, and you know they just get distracted. But to get 112 people to type in, "I really enjoyed this book. This book was amazing. Thank you. This book changed my life."
I mean, when you come to that too, like, I feel once you have a relationship, they want to give you money. I accept on that because I have a book that I know it's where you might not agree on that, but it's a book that I say, if you want to buy it, you can buy it. If you want to download for free, you can. I send them to a landing page with both the options. You know, that book made me like $800 last month. Like, people just buy it. People just buy it on Amazon. Like, I send emails like, yeah, that I wanted to support you, so I just got it.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Like I've seen like Radiohead who did this with one of their CDs.
I'm not sure.
I think it was like 10 years ago now, but I think it was Radiohead. They say like, pay whatever you want. If that's zero, that's cool.
That's cool, yeah.
And like, I know they said they made more from doing that than they would have made like going through a traditional record company and with all the royalties and stuff. But I mean, that's cool that you have that relationship with people.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, people buy it. I didn't expect people to buy it, but $800 from that book,
I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. And I priced that book very low too, so just anyone can get it even if they want to.
Yeah.
So people get it. People do give you. They want to give you money if you build a relationship with them.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Commerce works.
Yeah, it works.
People actually want to give you money for things.
Yeah.
Like, but like, there is a serious point to this because a lot of people, especially on YouTube, and especially on the internet, they'll tell you that selling something and providing value to people is mutually exclusive, and you can't do them both.
Right.
And I mean, it's just not true.
It's not true.
People want to give you money if you've provided something to them that's useful. Like, it's just human nature. Like, we want to help other people, and the way they help you is by giving you money. The way you help them is by providing a product which is amazing.
It's amazing, yeah.
Like, not everyone is in this like hoarding freebie culture. Like, it's not how it works.
It doesn't work, yeah.
So let's talk about you mentioned you had a very low price book. You did something for your other books recently, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
What did you do? Tell the world.
I almost got hit by Ollie.
I didn't almost hit him. I did. I was very angry
He
when
was very angry. Like, thing is, all of my books were priced at like 9.8 or something like that, because I thought if the prices are low, lot more people are buying it. I didn't want to cut the competition and all those things. And I told all those, I gave him a list of reasons why book is at 9.8, and he's like, no, you need to increase your price. He wasn't even ready to listen. He's like, no, you're increasing your prices. And it's weird that he made me increase the prices. And like, the weird thing is, I know he's right. I mean, you should again probably make a video on that. Like, people are scared to. I think I saw an email of yours. Like,
yeah, it was a couple of days ago. I sent an email about it.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Like, I was so uncomfortable doing it, and I just bit the bullet and just increased the price and following the strategies in the video that I think I probably should
I'll link it down below.
Yeah, that's an amazing video. It's a random video that I came across, and that video made me over $2,000. Just that one video. How weird is that? So I did a price increase based on the strategies in the video, and I got to like 600-700 per day for 3 days of the promotion. Like, that's amazing. And I honestly thought the sales are going to reduce, but because you said it and you are like better at marketing, so I just do it. Like, I honestly thought the sales are going to reduce, and weirdly the sales, like, it went like that. I can see the day I increase the price, the graph goes like that, and it's been like that the entire time. Like,
and this is a big part of this is people, they really underestimate how inelastic price is. Like, going from, was it 9 to 14 or 9 to 13?
9 to 14, yeah.
Like, that's, in the mind of a customer, that's actually not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
So you said you're expecting like 50% less sales?
Yeah, 50% less sales. But the number of sales haven't reduced at all. It's gone like that.
And like, in the customer's mind, like, it's essentially the same price. There is a little bit of a thing with going from 9 to double digits, but it's tiny.
It's tiny.
Like, $14 for a good book. You produce quality books.
Yeah.
And like, good doesn't always have to mean super long, by the way.
Yeah, the best-selling book that I told, like 110 reviews, that's 56 pages.
56 pages. It's the value of the information, not the quantity of the information.
Right.
It's something that people get like really, really skewed in the head because they don't know what to write.
Right.
So they think, okay, I'll just add more. And yes, some customers will complain that your book is too short.
The book is too short, but
that's life.
That's
like,
life,
people are going to complain if your book's too long. I've had reviews like, this book's so long. What do you want? But like, people are going to complain regardless. And so long doesn't always equal quality, but quality people will pay for.
Yep.
And like, it's a book, so it's not as if you're going from $14 to 297, for example.
Yeah.
Then there would be some, there would be a bit of a difference, but just try increasing your prices.
Yep.
Like, just try it and see what happens.
So yeah, you can always reduce it. Like,
exactly. Worst case scenario, doesn't sell. You experimented with something, but I just think everyone's books are priced way too low.
Yeah.
Even like the Kindle editions, like
my Kindle edition now it's 5.99, 6.99.
It doesn't always have to be. You don't always have to play the cheap game.
Cheap game, yeah.
Because the thing with playing the cheap game is, we're getting a little bit off topic here, but I want to say it anyway. The thing with playing the cheap game is that only one person can have the cheapest book. Everyone else won't be the cheapest. And yes, a portion of every market will just buy the cheapest one. But that you don't have a business if your business model is, I'm the third cheapest book.
Yeah.
Whereas now you can position yourself as the premium option.
Right.
And once again, if you have an existing customer list, they already see you as the premium option.
Yeah.
So price doesn't become a factor anymore. Like, how many emails did you get from people complaining about the price increase?
Not one.
Not a single one.
I expected a lot, but actually no one did.
No one complained.
No one complained, yeah. I got a few mails thanking me thank you for letting us know the price is increasing, and they just got the email again, the strategy in the video. They're like, thank you for letting us know. And a guy said me, thank you for the offer, but I already have all your books. Like,
oh no, what a terrible scenario to be in.
Yeah.
like it all just comes back to having that relationship.
Yeah.
And it's the most powerful thing you can have, because we're going to go a little bit dark now. We're going to talk about some serious stuff. Having that relationship with your customers and having that list, it means you're immune to any changes on the platform. Say Amazon decides to ban you tomorrow because they hate books in your niche.
Yeah.
They've decided your niche is evil and they're going to ban you. You still have those customers.
You still have the customers.
You can still send an email out saying, hey, Amazon just has decided they don't like me anymore. You can get all the books here though. Like,
yeah, that's an amazing thing. You get that security factor. Like you can just host it on your website and send people there. The email is this, it's your property, like you keep saying, yeah. So that's an amazing thing. Like you own your customers. It's not Amazon customers anymore.
And owning your own customers, it makes you immune to all these changes. Like I've seen it so many times now with people who have huge Facebook followings, for example, and then one day Facebook closes the group down or shuts the page down. Like there was one a few months ago. A woman had a page of 2 million followers or something, and her entire business was now selling stuff through that page. Facebook shut it down overnight.
What does she do?
Exactly, she doesn't own the customers.
Yeah.
Whereas if she had their email addresses,
just exported.
Exactly. With an email list, you can't lose. Those are your people forever.
Yeah.
Even if your autoresponder decides to ban you, you can just move to another autoresponder because you have all the email addresses. And it makes you immune to these changes. And platforms change. Like platforms come and go. Like Google SEO, for example. Everyone who had a business based on the old algorithm, overnight,
And the best part, again, one more part of it is like when you're switching platform to, this helps a lot, because now I am considering getting into like information products and like physical products. It becomes a lot easier because I'm not a beginner anymore, because I'm bringing those 3,000 people along with me. So when I'm going to physical products, I have 3,000 people already on the list that so a guy who's starting beside me, I'm going to be way ahead than that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you could say you want to launch a supplement, for example. You can send 3,000 people to that supplement on day one.
I'm already an authority. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, this guy he's got a supplement now. That's cool.
That's cool.
Like info products as well. Like think beyond the initial books.
Initial books, yeah.
Like, you can sell a book for $14. You might be able to sell a book for $25. You can sell a video course for a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Pretty much every non-fiction niche can have some sort of info product, whether it's an audio program, whether it's a video course, some sort of info product attached to it. You don't even have to create your own, just become an affiliate for something that's really good.
Yep.
You can just make a lot more money, and you can, like you said, you're not a beginner anymore.
Yeah.
You're not starting from down here.
Yeah.
You're starting from up here.
There.
Sending all that traffic.
And even if you get bored at it, if I get bored at the niche, I can always sell the email list and the everything, the whole brand. I already got a brand offer, like someone wanted to buy my entire brand. So that's again because the customer list. If I didn't have a customer list, I mean, it's just the books on the front end. It's a different. The price is very different.
So, and a lot of people don't get this. Like when they see that, this person's publishing business sold for whatever it was, like hundreds of thousands or a couple of million.
Yeah, it's the system they're buying, not the...
It's not the, it's 40 books.
Yeah.
It's not 40 books equals $1 million. It's 40 books plus a list of 50,000 people.
Yeah.
That's the real value, because these people are already paying money. They're people already invested. That's the real value here. And so, when someone gives you a terrible offer for your brand, you can just laugh at them.
Yeah.
Because, your customers are worth way more than that to you.
Right.
Soorej, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much for doing this.
That was a great interview.
The iconic internet marketing couch with the iconic internet marketing donut.
And shout out to the twins for that.
Shout out to the twins. This is just for you. If you want to learn more about what I do, if you go to El-Gorr.com, el-gorr.com, link will be in the description. You can get a free copy of 7 Deadly Self-Publishing Sins. In there you'll find 7 common mistakes that publishers make and how you can avoid them. Soorej, you got anything to plug?
No. No.
How dare you come to an interview with nothing to plug? He's got nothing to plug.
Just follow me on Instagram.
What's the Instagram?
@Soorej Gopi.
I don't know how to do the thing where it comes on the screen.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
It'll be in the description though. Soorej, thank you.
Yeah,
guys, take care. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Like button, subscribe, everything else. Cheers. Bye.